Hey everybody, Koricon here, and we're going to be talking about Annihilation. Now this is a spoiler-free review. I did a spoiler discussion on a Twitch live stream with Matt and Ian from Red Fist Productions. If you want to check that out, it will be uploaded on YouTube as well, but it's also available to watch on Twitch. And both this and the other discussion will be on a podcast, which is available everywhere: SoundCloud, Google Play, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn. It's all over the place, but I got links to everything in the description below, so check that out. You can listen or watch on whichever medium you are most comfortable with. But this movie, Annihilation, is directed and written by Alex Garland, and it's based on a novel by Jeff Vandermeer. Alex Garland is also known for doing Ex Machina. This is his second movie directing. I loved Ex Machina, and I would say this is just underneath Ex Machina. I still really liked this movie, and I thought Natalie Portman did a great job in it. Her chemistry with Oscar Isaac was incredible. They had great on-screen chemistry, and I loved seeing them together. Oscar Isaac played a smaller role in this film, but he was still good. And it makes sense that he would be in it because he was in Ex Machina. I can really see him and Alex Garland creating this relationship where they pop up in all of his future movies, which I would not be against whatsoever. But the movie is also starring Jennifer Jason Leigh, Gina Rodriguez, Tuva Novotny, I know I pronounced that wrong and I really apologize, and Tessa Thompson. This is a sci-fi thriller about a mysterious thing that lands on Earth called the Shimmer, and it's slowly expanding. And every time they send in probes or animals or people, they go in, but they never come out, except for Oscar Isaac, which was the husband of Natalie Portman, and he is now sick, like you see in the trailer, and she is going in with the team of scientists to try and find out what's going on and maybe get a cure for whatever virus is ailing him. This I really liked because it was an original sci-fi. Just like Ex Machina was an original sci-fi, so is this. It's not a remake, it's not a reboot, it's not a sequel to anything, which I'm not against those as well, but it is nice to get a fresh, new science fiction. Now this is a slow burn, which means it's a slow storyline that has a nice peak at the end, but it's not going to be action-packed throughout. This movie was a visual feast. It had a lot of great visuals, a lot of great audio. The use of music to unnerve along with some of the visuals was very effective, but also moments of not using music. I found those decisions really interesting as well. A lot of the music that they did have were strange instruments, the way they were synthesized and mutated and played with to kind of match some of the visuals that were going on, really had an emotional impact of what they were trying to portray. But the moments that they decided to not use music, I thought were also really interesting. You could still hear everything that was going on, like rustling of paper or walking around and moving and talking, but you didn't have any background music. And I think the moments that he chose, those were just as important as the moments he chose to have music in the scenes itself. So I was impressed with the audio. I think it is something that you would want to experience in a theater because it has that grand, you want those huge speakers, you want that big screen. I think you would still really enjoy it if you saw it on Netflix, which it will be arriving on Netflix. But I think if you can see it in the theater, try and go see it in a theater. If you're a fan of those kind of sci-fis, I think you would really enjoy the immersiveness that you would need. Immersiveness, is that a word? But to be immersed into this world, I think, is something that a theater can give you that a computer screen or a TV wouldn't be able to pull off. The main characters in this movie are all women. And I want to lay to rest a concern that I've heard from many people that this is going to be some kind of political propaganda, extreme feminist kind of movie. And it's not. It very much is not that at all. They could have easily turned it into that if they wanted to, but they didn't. They had a very quick scene where Natalie Portman, and this isn't spoilers, but Natalie Portman says, all women, and Josie, Tessa Thompson's character, just says scientists. So the idea is that, yes, they are all women, but it's more of they've been sending in military. The military that they have sent in isn't working. They need to send in some scientists. The scientists that are there that are working on the project happen to be women. So it's not like they chose only women to go in because they needed women to do it. It was because they needed scientists, and the scientists that were on site are female. And the lady running the whole thing, Dr. Ventress, played by Jennifer Jason Leigh, she's the one who decides who is going in, and she leads this next group. And so she wanted scientists with her. So they touched on the fact that they were women, very short, just one thing, and that was it. It's really about these characters. And it's not like women or men could do something better than the other in this situation. A lot of the times they go through the same things that the men went through when they went in before, which you find out throughout the film. What I liked about these characters is they humanized them very well. They all had flaws, they all had strengths, and they played on all of those. Some of the characters I think were not utilized enough, and other characters I think may have been a little over the top, but for the most part they worked great in the story. The one major flaw I have is how the story is told. It's told as a narration of Natalie Portman talking to scientists after the fact, and she is telling the story of what is going on. But that intercutting between the narration and the story itself kind of pulled me out of the story. I would have preferred a linear storyline without that intercutting with a narration. It would have allowed us to become more engrossed in the world instead of being pulled out every now and then, so that we could get stable in where we are and give us more time of some characterization for certain characters in the Shimmer itself. Because I think that was the most interesting part, was being in the Shimmer. I didn't really care what was going on when we popped back to the narration with the scientists. It didn't really provide any extra information, and I didn't think it really helped that much. So it was more of a hindrance for me because it pulled me out of the story I was trying to pay attention to. Cinematography was awesome. I loved everything, how it looked in the Shimmer, the production value, the visual effects, the directing style. I like some of the shots that they had. They had one shot of a glass of water and they're holding hands behind it. And so you're seeing the kind of the reflection of what's going on with the water. The way that he was using that glass of water I thought was interesting cinematically. And he had a lot of decisions like that that I think added a lot to the feel of this weird world that they're in. So I love the directing, cinematography, the visuals, the audio, the music, everything was very good at disorienting you. And the acting was good. So overall, I really enjoyed the movie. I'm going to give it a B+. But let me know what you guys think. Comment below and let me know your thoughts. Did you see Annihilation? What did you like? What did you not like? What do you agree with me? What do you disagree with me? Let me know in those comments below. Also in the description, I've got links to all my social medias, the Twitch, the podcast stuff, to find all that other things. It's all down there, so check it out. There's a bunch of things to see. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. And I will see you on the next video. Quick promotion, everybody. I'm having fun using the Stardust app, which allows you to make up to a 30-second reaction to movies and TV shows, and I'd love to see your reactions and put them in my videos. If you're interested in that, download the Stardust app. I've got a link to it in the description below, and make sure to follow Koricon. And whenever you make a reaction, make sure that you tag Koricon so that I get notified and can see it. Whenever I make a reaction video or a movie review and I see your video, I will take clips from it and put them in my video. If you're a YouTuber, make sure to put your YouTube channel name on your reaction if you want free promotion. And if you're a fan of my channel and just want to be in there, great. So tag me on your reactions. And to be totally transparent and honest with you guys, when you download the Stardust app, the first person that you follow gets credit for the download. So if you want to follow me and give me credit, make sure that you follow me first. If you want to give your favorite YouTuber a credit, make sure that you follow them first. But either way, make sure that you follow me at some point and tag me in your reactions so I can get them in the videos.